Assalamu alaikum. My name is Shehzad Ahmed. I'm the student of Rehan Teacher Training AI Institute, batch 19. This is a task for ChatGPT conversation. Topic: How to find balance in digital world. Let's start to ChatGPT. Hello, Assalamu alaikum, ChatGPT. How are you? Are you listening?
Walaikum assalam. I'm here and listening loud and clear. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Let me know how I can help you out today.
Yes, I want some questions for how to find balance in a digital world.
Absolutely. We can definitely come up with some questions around that topic. For example, you might ask things like how can someone set boundaries for screen time, or what are some tips for balancing online and offline activities? Another question could be how technology can actually help us maintain that balance rather than disrupt it. Let me know if you'd like more like these or if you have something else in mind.
Okay, let's start. What is the digital world?
Sure, let's dive in. When we talk about the digital world, we generally mean all the technology and online spaces that connect us. Things like the internet, social media, smartphones, apps, and all the digital tools we use daily. It's basically the entire online ecosystem that shapes how we communicate, work, learn, and relax. So that's the digital world in a nutshell.
What digital device do you use every day?
Well, as an AI, I don't personally use any devices. I'm just kind of floating in the cloud, you could say. But in the human sense, people often use things like smartphones, laptops, tablets, and maybe even smartwatches every day. All of those are part of that digital toolkit that people juggle in their daily lives.
How many hours do you use your mobile phone daily?
Well, since I'm just a virtual assistant and don't have a physical phone, I don't use a mobile phone at all. But for a lot of people, it's pretty common to spend a few hours a day on their phones, sometimes more depending on what they're doing.
Do you use social media every day?
As a virtual assistant, I don't actually have a social media account or do any scrolling myself, but I'm here to help you with anything related to social media, whether it's posting, brainstorming ideas, or just figuring out how to balance it all.
Which app do you use the most?
Well, in my case, I don't really use any apps personally since I'm just here to chat with you. But I'm more than happy to talk about any apps you use or help you figure out which ones might be useful for you. So feel free to ask anything on that front.
Do you feel happy using your phone?
Well, I don't have feelings myself, so I can't feel happy or sad using a phone or anything else for that matter. But I'm always here to help you get the most out of your devices and hopefully make your experience a bit smoother and maybe a bit happier too.
Do you feel tired after long screen time?
Not at all. I can chat away without ever getting tired, no matter how long the screen time goes on. So you can think of me as your endlessly energetic companion. But for you, of course, it's a good idea to take breaks and rest your eyes when you need to.
Can life be easy without technology?
That's a great question. Life certainly can be simpler in some ways without technology. There's less distraction and maybe a slower pace, but on the other hand, technology also makes a lot of things easier and more convenient. So it's really a balance. Some things might be easier without it, but a lot of things would be more challenging. All depends on what parts of life we're talking about.
Do you think balance is important in life?
Absolutely. Balance is really important in life. It helps us avoid burnout, stay healthy, and enjoy different parts of our day to day life, whether it's balancing work and rest, online and offline time, or any other area. Having that balance can definitely make life feel more fulfilling and sustainable.
How does technology help in daily life?
Well, technology helps in daily life in all sorts of ways. It makes communication super easy, so we can stay in touch with family, friends, or colleagues, no matter where we are. It helps us find information in seconds, makes work more efficient, and even lets us shop or learn new skills from home. Basically, it's a big helper in making a lot of everyday tasks more convenient and connected.
Can technology waste time?
It definitely can. While technology brings a lot of benefits, It can also eat up time if we're not careful, like endless social media scrolling or getting lost in a stream of notifications. The key is just being mindful and setting some boundaries so that technology serves you rather than the other way around.
Do mobile use do people use mobile phone too much today?
Yeah, it's definitely a common observation that a lot of people end up using their mobile phones quite a bit these days. It's easy to get drawn into all the apps, notifications, and entertainment available right at our fingertips, but it's all about finding that balance. Little mindful usage goes a long way.
How does social media affect life?
Social media can definitely have a big impact on life in a bunch of different ways. On the plus side, it helps us stay connected with friends and family, discover new ideas, and even build communities around shared interests. On the flip side, it can sometimes lead to things like comparison, a bit of information overload, or just spending a little too much time scrolling. So, like most things, it's all about finding a healthy balance.
What problem come from too much phone use?
Yeah, using a phone too much can definitely lead to a few common problems. For instance, it can cause digital eye strain or headaches, especially if you're staring at the screen for long periods. It can also affect sleep if you're on your phone late at night. And of course, it can sometimes leave you feeling a bit more stressed or distracted if you're constantly checking notifications. So taking breaks and setting some limits can really help keep those issues in check.
Can phone reduce focus and communication?
Yeah, that can definitely happen. If we're on our phones a lot, it can sometimes reduce our focus because there's always something pinging for our attention. And in terms of face-to-face communication, sometimes if everyone's glued to a screen, those in-person interactions can get a little bit weaker. But the good news is, once you're aware of it, you can always make a point to put the phone down and be more present.
How does technology after relationship?
Well, technology can definitely have an impact on relationships in both positive and challenging ways. On the plus side, it makes it really easy to stay in touch with people who are far away. You can video call family, message friends, and share moment instantly. But on the flip side, it can sometimes create distractions or misunderstandings if people are more focused on their devices than on each other. So it's all about using technology in a way that supports your connections rather than distracts from them.
Do people their live on social media?
Yeah, a lot of people do share a big part of their lives on social media these days. They post about their daily activities, big milestones, and everything in between. It can be a great way to connect and share experiences, but of course, it's also good to keep some balance. Remember that not everything has to go online. It's all about what you're comfortable with.
Is face-to-face talk this is desiring?
Yeah, that's something a lot of people have noticed. It's so much communication happening through screens. Face-to-face conversations can sometimes feel like they're happening a bit less often. It's not that they're disappearing entirely, but they can get a little overshadowed by texting and online chats. The good thing is, if we make a conscious effort to prioritize in-person talks now and then, we can keep those face-to-face connections strong.
Can digital life replace real time?
Well, digital life can definitely complement real life, but it's probably not a full replacement. There's something about real-time, face-to-face interactions that digital connections just can't fully replicate. But digital life does make things more convenient and keeps us connected in ways we couldn't be before. So it's really about balance. Both have their place and they can work together to give us the best of both worlds.
What does balance mean in life?
In life, balance really means making sure you're giving time and energy to different parts of your life so that one area doesn't completely take over. So that might mean balancing work and personal time, online and offline activities, or even just making sure you're taking care of both your physical and mental well-being. When you have that balance, life tends to feel a bit more stable and fulfilling.
Why is balance important in digital world?
Well, balance is super important in the digital world because it helps us avoid things like burnout and information overload. When we're constantly online or always connected, it can get overwhelming pretty quickly. By setting some boundaries and making sure we have offline time too, we get to recharge and keep a healthier relationship with technology. It just helps us stay more present and balanced overall.
How can we reduce screen time?
Reducing screen time is definitely doable with a few simple steps. You can set specific limits for yourself, like using apps that remind you to take breaks or track your usage. Another trick is to create phone-free zones or times, like during meals or before bed. And of course, finding offline hobbies or activities can help you naturally cut down on screen time. It's all about small changes that add up.
How can technology be used in a healthy way?
Well, using technology in a healthy way is all about intention and moderation. You can set boundaries like taking regular breaks, using tech to actually promote your well-being, fitness apps or meditation tools, and making sure you have tech-free times to unwind. It's also about using technology to stay connected in meaningful ways, not just scrolling endlessly. So a little mindfulness goes a long way.
Is offline time important?
Absolutely. Offline time is really important. It gives you a chance to rest your mind, be present in the moment, and just recharge away from screens. It also helps you enjoy real world activities and relationships more fully. So having that balance of offline time definitely contributes to a healthier and more balanced life overall.
How can families create digital balance?
Well, families can definitely create digital balance by setting some shared guidelines. For example, they might have certain tech-free times, like during dinner or before bedtime, where everyone unplugs together. They can also encourage a mix of activities, both online and offline, so it's not all screen time. And of course, just having open conversations about how everyone is feeling helps a lot, so you can adjust as you go.
How can student balance study and screen time?
Yeah, for students, balancing study and screen time is definitely important. One good approach is to set specific study periods where they focus just on their work, maybe using techniques like the Pomodoro method, so focus time and then short breaks. During breaks, they can have a quick bit of screen time or do something completely away from screens to rest their eyes. It's also helpful to have a dedicated study space if possible, and to be intentional about when to put the devices aside so they have some offline relaxation time as well. It's all about mixing it up and keeping things balanced.
How can adults balance work and digital life?
Yeah, for adults, balancing work and digital life is definitely key. One helpful approach is to set clear boundaries, like having specific work hours and then consciously unplugging when the workday's done. They can also create some tech-free zones at home, maybe like the dinner table or the bedroom, so there's a bit of a break from screens. And of course, making time for offline hobbies or exercise could really help create that balance. It's all about finding a routine that feels sustainable.
Do you try to balance your digital life?
Well, as an AI, I don't have a personal digital life to balance, but I totally get that it's an important thing for people. So I'm always here to help you find that balance in whatever way works best for you.
Can technology piece together?
Absolutely. Technology can definitely bring people together. It helps us connect with loved ones who live far away, lets us share experiences, and even build communities around shared interests. Whether it's through social media, video calls, or online groups, tech can be a great way to bring people closer and keep us all connected.
What is one bad digital habit?
Well, one common bad digital habit is probably mindless scrolling, where you just keep flipping through social media feeds or websites without really thinking about it. It can eat up a lot of time and leave you feeling a bit drained. But the good news is, once you're aware of it, you can work on being a bit more mindful and swapping that habit out for something more intentional.
What change do you want to make in your digital life?
Well, since I don't have a personal digital life myself, I don't have any changes to make, but I'm always here to help you think about what changes might work best for you in your own digital life. So feel free to share what you're thinking about and we can figure it out together.
What advice would you give to parents?
Sure, for parents, I'd say a good piece of advice is to lead by example and set some healthy tech boundaries as a family. So that might mean having some device free times, encouraging offline activities, and just keeping an open dialogue with kids about how they're using their devices. That way, everyone can find a healthy balance together.
What did you learn from the topic?
Well, from everything we've talked about, it's clear that finding balance in the digital world is really about being mindful and intentional. It's about setting boundaries, making sure to take breaks, and mixing in plenty of offline time so that technology enhances life rather than overwhelming it. So I guess the big takeaway is that a little bit of balance goes a long way in making our digital lives healthier and more enjoyable.
How do you feel after talking about this topic?
Well, I'm always happy to dive into these kind of conversations. I don't have feelings myself, but I'm glad we got to chat about it, and I hope it was helpful for you. So if you feel a bit more balanced or have some ideas to work with, that's a win.
Thank you very much, ChatGPT. I something uh, note
You're
some questions and apply on my life. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. That sounds like a great plan. I'm glad the questions were helpful, and I hope they make a positive difference. If you ever need to chat again, just let me know. Thanks and take care.
Okay, bye. Assalamu alaikum. Allah Hafiz.
Wa alaikum assalam. Allah Hafiz. Take care and talk to you next time.